You guys must know that the United States government wants to bomb Iran, right? And don't think for a second that who you vote for in president for 2008 is going to change that fact. The leading Democratic candidates won't take the nuclear option off the table. So now, students, now...
Davis, that's the worst advice, not voting. They don't have to vote for the top leading Democrats. They can vote for someone like Dennis Kucinich, who actually voted against the Iraq war authorization. Don't tell people not to vote. You do know about the primaries, right? If they vote in the primaries, that will change the situation.
Students can change the outcome. And that's why we're here, because we understand that you can change the outcome.
I spoke with Dennis Kucinich earlier today. Congressman Kucinich, thank you very much for talking with us.
Thank you very much. Good to be here, Judy.
You were the only 2008 presidential candidate who 5 years ago this week voted against giving the president the authorization to go to war in Iraq.
I not only voted against it, but I did an analysis 5 years ago that totally debunked the Bush case for war. As a matter of fact, the analysis that I did was 100% spot on in asserting that there was no proof that Iraq had the intention or capability of attacking the United States, that they had anything to do with 9/11 or al-Qaeda's role in 9/11, and certainly there was no proof that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction. My analysis was chapter and verse, and furthermore, it isn't, to me it's not sufficient to say that you said something against the war, but when you get to the Senate, as Senator Obama did, and voted 100% of the time up until recently to fund the war, there's a contradiction there. There are many people who talk about ending the war, but I have the plan to do it and a way to stabilize Iraq at the same time. There's no one else who really has presented that awareness or who is saying, look, the privatization of Iraq's oil or the partition of Iraq is a path to continued war.
The Oxford Research Group, a highly respected British think tank, issued a report that underscores and corroborates all of the major points that Ohio Congressman Kucinich has been making for years regarding the war in Iraq and the disastrous consequences of starting a war with Iran. The report found that the war on terror is failing and instead fueling an increase in support for extremist Islamist movements. It called for the immediate withdrawal of all foreign troops from Iraq, coupled with intensive diplomatic engagement in the region, including with the governments of Iran and Syria. And, said one of the authors, going to war with Iran will make matters far worse, playing directly into the hands of extreme elements and adding greatly to the violence across the region.